Hey pilots, today I'm going to run you through how I tend to fight off Spitfires with my Japanese planes. These tricks are generally good to use against other planes, but the specific turns, rolls, and decisions I make are deliberate for the Spitfire. Some of these mechanics used aren't necessary for most fights, and I'll show you all the fights leading up to the Spitfire engagement, and then up to the plane's end of life. Now, I was attempting to catch up to this PBJ. I didn't really know what its objective was, but I wanted to attempt to protect it, and defend it as long as it was still up. I didn't realize it was just doing a head-on into a ram, so I said, well, nothing I can do for it now. About this time, I started turning away and spotted danger close on my radar, and immediately look up and down and check around. Sometimes it's hard to notice the closing distance when you see multiple bogeys from one direction. I more hear the direction than I've actually seen him at this point and take evasive actions, tucking into a left vertical dive. I call this maneuver the infinity spiral. I toggle my flaps back on the upward turn. A debatable toggle, but I wanted to effectively retain some energy loss here, catch up, and swap back because I noticed the pilot turning back into me. I tag him and then invert for the finish, already deciding my next angle, which is the dive and spin behind me. I hear a shot whiz past me and decide to do a double barrel roll to ensure the pilot passes me. I see it's a heavier of the fighters and decide to engage. I miss a lot, can't really get my cursors to where I want them. I'm just trying to clip a wing here and prevent its turning capabilities even more. I then hear shots coming in from behind me and disengage the heavy fighter since a turn fight with it isn't something I really need to worry about. I dive straight to the ground as hard as I can, knowing whatever just rolled up on me will need to turn away sooner than me due to our relative speed and energy. This gives me the opportunity to start my engagement behind said enemy pilot. I follow it up and try to get a lucky cross shot as my point passes. I notice it's attempting to pull me up like a balloon in an energy fight. I know how those go though, just do a knife cut back to the ground and wait for it to point towards me again. Here's where you make or break the engagement. I almost never head on if I have to. So I do a half roll knowing it will aim into my roll and then I roll back right. At this point I do a spiraling dance with it and I pull back to the ground using my negative energy against it. I then line up my shot and finish the Spitfire. I know it couldn't follow me to the ground because of the energy difference and is exampled by the heavy fighter not being able to pull back up while also trying to follow me and engage me at the same time. At this point, the situation is becoming dire. Multiple bogeys are engaging me from several directions, so I do my best to wibble wobble to avoid precise shots against enemies with high energy output. I make sure this plane right here can't get away and dump my remaining belt into it before turning away, knowing I should at least get a crit based on my aim, and luckily I did get the kill here. Checking my radar, I see that I'm not going to escape this tail, so I turn back and engage, staying low. I turn back into it easier than it can with me engaging, hitting a wing, and causing it to spiral. I then come in for the kill shot anyways, cause kill greed. I then take more shots, and stay low and try turning into its vector for a shot. I managed to hit it hard and pass by. More passing shots caused me to disengage and dive, nearly bottoming out to the ground. I come out of the dive and see the other target, so I engage and then see another enemy speeding towards me, so I continue my roll and try to use the other enemy as a bullet sponge and roll away. I managed to strike here, but the previous enemy I was forced to disengage from managed to get the final strike onto my tail to finish my run here. Overall, pretty good engagements with a few chances to leave the fight for safety, but I was in it for the long haul. I hope you guys enjoy this and let me know what you think in the comments.